astrology, and other divinatory arts are not a replacement or substitute for physical or psychiatric health care. If this is an emergency situation or you are in crisis, please do not defer your wellness to readings or horoscopes. Seek situation-appropriate, qualified assistance instead. Blessings and welcome everyone, Nico here, and it's time for another weekly All Signs General Tarot Forecast for the week starting August 22nd, 2022. And just a quick reminder for everybody, if you haven't seen it yet, I have recently posted the Uranus Retrograde 2022 and a little bit of 2023 video, and you can check that out by going to my main channel page and checking out the Major Astrology Shifts playlist, or you can follow the link in the down bar below. It's another big long transit, and it's going to be covering the end of August this year through the end of January next year. So if you haven't seen it yet, again, you might want to. If you are interested in seeing tarot forecasts by sign, I put out new tarot forecasts every week for each sign for YouTube member supporters and Patreon supporters, and you can check those out by following the links in the down bar below as well. And don't forget, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can, of course, follow the links below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. So what is going on when it comes to this week? Well, for the big spiritual theme of this week, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And the Ace of Pentacles reversed always indicates a drastic yet slow-moving change in era, change in age, change in epoch. It is a time where collapse or disintegration or decline is starting to get underway. Now, with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, it does not have to be a negative experience. We just need to pay attention to cause and effect. Things that ultimately have been staples in our lives, or things that maybe have outlived their viability, their validity, their usefulness, or their profitability, are starting to show their flaws as the cracks get deeper and deeper. It's important that we remember with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, we are being shown where something has now approached its final months or its final days or its final weeks, depending on what we're talking about here. And we need to be ready to divest, pull our energy and our activities and our resources back, and be ready to start moving on in all kinds of different areas of our lives. Things that have been maybe propped up, prolonged, or extended beyond the natural course of things are also going to be going through a faster decay, and it's all about the release of things that are not really serving anyway. It's taking more for us to maintain them than it is ever going to be able to give back. And it's important to remember that, because the Ace of Pentacles reversed is also a warning. The more we invest, the more we dump in, the more we hold on, the more we are going to lose. And this is a week where we get a chance to change roads, change lanes, let go of something that has become a bit of a bloodsucker, a bit of a money sucker, a bit of a time sucker, or maybe even just give ourselves a clean slate. When it comes to material circumstances, work, job, finances, practical affairs as it relates to home and family, we've got the Ten of Swords reversed. And we see this opportunity to get out of Dodge, or to dodge a bullet, or to have a bit of a jailbreak with a situation that we have been bound up in for some time. Something that we have maybe entertained ideas of escaping, or have desired, or maybe even fantasized about moving on to elsewhere from. This is the week where the windows to make such an escape are going to be opening for all of us. This could be maybe a financial obligation, a professional obligation, a schedule, maybe some kind of association or involvement that is dragging you down or keeping you in a situation that's preventing you from being able to grow or have the lifestyle or the career or the home life that you truly desire. With the Ten of Swords reversed, it's always positive because we are getting a chance to escape, something that has become quite oppressive, or something that's been oppressive for quite some time, but a way out has not been really understood, looked for, or made available for us until now. So let this work for you and take it seriously. When it comes to community, friends, relatives, other people in our lives, we do have the Nine of Swords upright. And so amidst all of this flux that we seem to be going through with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, I feel like a lot of the unspoken, a lot of the anxious, a lot of the stressful, and a lot of the taboo is going to be brought up in a lot of interpersonal conversations, relationships, family connections, household matters, maybe even having to do with, alliances of any kind. And with the Nine of Swords, what is important to understand is all of this is getting amplified to be revealed so it can finally be solved. I'm getting a very powerful message from the Nine of Swords, basically saying, avoided important topics that need to be discussed, that need to be handled truthfully, courageously, are going to be brought up. And not everybody is going to be willing to, participate very effectively, right? Some people might be in denial. They might be in defiance. We may be working with narratives where the statement of importance, the statement of harm, the statement of relevance is overstated, or we may be in a situation where people are just not capable of having meaningful, constructive conversations because they're too focused on what they're going through emotionally, right? Sometimes that can happen, and it can make people very difficult to work with. There's no productivity with people when they're in that state. However, do what we can is the message of this card, because the Nine of Swords upright is all about facing fears. It's all about finally tackling the shadows and the clouds that hang overhead in family situations, maybe in friendships, in relationships, in business partnerships, in any kind of situation where the schism or the stigma or the shadows of the past are given more power and relevance maybe than they ever should have had. And if any of those things have been oppressing you or oppressing family members, it's time to find out why. And is it really the case that this should go on this way evermore? When it comes to challenges this week, we've got the King of Wands reversed. And I seem to recall we had the King of Wands reversed last week as well. And remember, the King of Wands reversed is all about nothing being able to go forward until people are operating and living honestly and authentically. And a lot of these situations that we've discussed so far, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Ten of Swords reversed, the Nine of Swords upright, all seem to be the effect of the cause created by people not being authentic, whether it's inauthentic communications, inauthentic deals, maybe people doing too much thinking or committing with their impulses. The King of Wands reversed is a highly impulsive and very unintelligent type of card. And so there may be situations where we are going to need to finally address where mistakes keep getting made because we keep indulging those kinds of behaviors or those kinds of stories or those kinds of circumstances that should not have ever made a home in our life or in our world. The King of Wands reversed always asks us to challenge the notion that how something appears is indicative of what it really is, because the King of Wands reversed also asks us to challenge superficial and shallow presentations, right? How something looks isn't more important than what it is. It doesn't tell you what it is. How something talks, the choice of vernacular, right? It's kind of the Instagram effect. And we're being asked to kind of take all of the filters out of our perceptions and look and see who or what has been abusing our filters, hypnotizing us in a way in order to maintain an unhealthy situation that serves them or serves a story or an encapsulation or a commitment that is, well, just bullshit. It's just appearances only. And let's get out of it, right? Let's make the jailbreak with the Ten of Swords reversed. Let's call out what no one's willing to talk about with the Nine of Swords upright. Let's pull back our energy and our resources with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Let's clean up our lives and go in a much higher direction. Even though these are very challenging cards, the message they have is actually very positive if you know how to hear it. When it comes to relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, we've got the King of Swords upright. And there is a new road to doing love, to doing romantic partnerships, to doing marriage opening up here, because with the King of Swords, there is a transformation to the way we are relating to partners or partner potentials. The King of Swords is beautiful for new commitments and new important commitment conversations, commitment planning, or maybe strategizing to get underway. So a lot of people who are maybe in a situation where they've been seeing somebody recently, or the intent is already there, going to be time to get down to business. And there is a lot of new coordination here. The King of Swords upright is also allowing a lot of couples and marriages at this time to maybe change the road they have been on, right? To abandon maybe a track or a commitment that has maybe kept the marriage or kept the family going in circles, and committing to a new way of relating to each other, completely changing maybe the terms of agreement in the marriage or in the family, so that everyone is able to be on the road they truly belong on, organically, naturally, right? Getting on their highest timeline, so to speak. This is also a time where the King of Swords is coming in to assist with presenting real lasting solutions to chronic challenges and chronic problems that don't seem to ever get solved, even when we do the work of trying to appease what is happening, or trying to soothe any pain or any struggle or any lack or any loss that might be occurring in a marriage, relationship, or family situation. The King of Swords is the answer man, and it's time for all of us to listen. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because you know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.